Why, hello there, good people. How are you doing? I wasn't gonna make a video today, honestly, because I am so hungover. I've been out yesterday and I've been drinking way too much. So my voice is shot to hell. So if I sound a bit hoarse, that's the reason, people. But here's the thing. There were the big Tenno live streams and the big TennoCon streams, and if you watch those, you got this. You got the Athodai hand cannon, which is a new weapon, and some people haven't gotten their drops yet. They're still waiting for them. I got lucky. I got mine pretty quickly, and I've been spending some time playing around with this weapon, and it's pretty amazing. It's really good. Turns out. So I figured I'd want to like do a video showing it off and just sort of what you can do with this little hand cannon right here. So I have a couple of different builds to go over, but first let's just look at the actual stats of this weapon. As you can see, like I put some form in here. Don't worry about it. We can test some stuff here. So the weapon has two different firing modes. It has an auto burst mode and a charge mode. So the auto burst mode, it just looks like this, right? Just shoot your zappy zaps. And then you have the middle mouse button, the alternate fire, where you just empty the entire magazine of like 24 bullets in like a second. So it looks like this. Yep. And it fires in a cone, and that just drains all the ammo. So you shoot a lot of bullets in a very short amount of time. And these two different modes have different qualities. The auto burst mode has a really high crit chance, like super high for a secondary weapon. This base crit chance, which means that if you like use primed pistol gambit, stuff like that, you get up to almost 100% crit chance, which is nice. It's pretty low status chance, and it's got innate heat damage, which is great. Because normally, like nowadays, people run with either the combination of heat and viral or heat and corrosive. And it's pretty easy to build for that, since you just get the heat damage. So even if for some reason you don't have the elemental mods for heat, you can still get those builds you want. And the second mode, the charge mode, it has a lower crit chance, but it has a higher status chance, which is interesting, because you shoot so many bullets at the same time, so you can dump like a lot of status procs on enemies with this. And more importantly, the charge mode, it shoots in a cone, and it has innate punch through, 2 meters. So you can hit like several enemies in a row who are just standing there. And I have a couple of different builds here that I'm going to show off. So first of all, I have a budget build here, which is a build that's not using any sort of rare or legendary mods or anything like that. Just very standard stuff. So I've modded this for heat and corrosive, and I've built it for crit chance, because like this is where this weapon shines. So you got your target cracker, you got your pistol gambit, and then you get some extra damage. And the main problem with this build, if you're not using any rare mods, is you're not going to use barrel diffusion, so you're not going to get multi-shot. And without multi-shot, this thing drops off pretty hard in effectiveness. I've also put in a trick mag, because the alternate fire will empty the entire magazine, and it doesn't have that much ammo, as you can see. It only has 24 rounds in each magazine, and normally only like 48 bullets more. So you kind of need some more ammo if you're gonna do like a budget build. So we can check what this build can do. Let's see, we have corrupted heavy gunners, but with a budget build, right, we can do something pretty basic here with like level 70 corrupted heavy gunners, and we can check what this thing can do. Another very important thing to know about this weapon is that it has a secret little extra mode. It's got something called the overdrive mode, which is if you use your normal fire, like this one, and you kill an enemy with a headshot, then you will go into overdrive mode, which you will be in for 8 seconds, where you will have an extremely higher fire rate and unlimited ammo. which is very good to mitigate some of these ammo issues. So if we just look at what this thing can do, even with a budget build, like it can take out a corrupted heavy gunner pretty fast. And as you can see, when you get into overdrive mode, don't have to worry about ammo at all. Just go to town. Now, one thing to note about the overdrive mode is you cannot refresh it. So you can't like get another overdrive while the overdrive is going. So it's just gonna deplete when it's done, and then you have to get it again. So that's a bit unfortunate. Now let's look at what we do with the alternate fire damage that has punched through. So these guys are all standing in a row here. So let's just look at what happens when I empty the entire magazine in one shot. Yeah. So as you can see here, it hits all of them, and it gives a couple of procs of like corrosive and heat. It's gonna take like 1 or 2 shots to take out like a level 70 heavy gunner. So this thing actually packs quite a punch even on like a budget build. And like, yeah, you can clear the entire star chart with this thing. This thing is pretty bonkers. So then we can look at what we can do if we have sort of endgame builds. Also, this build right here, if my calculations are correct, you can make this build happen with 3 Forma. So I have a 5 Forma build because it starts with 1 innate Madurai polarity. So I tried 2 different builds. I tried one build where I built for status chance, to feed the secondary fire, and one build where I built for crit chance, which helps with the normal fire. So if we look at the status chance version first, and we're gonna crank it all the way up here, all the way up. Let's see. So we're gonna just go with level 170 enemies right here, and actually, I need some more of these guys. Yeah. I need 20 of them. There we go. Boom. Okay. So, here's what we can learn about what this thing can do. It's built for status chance, it's built for heat and corrosive. These are level 170 heavy gunners, and we're going to use the alternate fire, and they just melt. So that's stupid. that's really stupid. Now the problem here is that like while the status works, if you go with the normal fire, it's not that effective. It doesn't do a whole lot. Like you can obviously like just go into the overdrive mode, and yeah, you can kill them. There are obviously worse performing weapons in the game, but it's not super efficient. But if we instead go for a mode that's built around crits, and just critting the hell out of enemies, what we can learn from that is that with the alt fire, even though it has lower status chance, like, it is still gonna melt these guys just as good as like a status build will. The difference is that now the auto burst mode is actually better, and you can like kill a corrupted heavy gunner with just, you know, 1 magazine. So, you know, it can get the job done. And also, this build has a pistol ammo mutation, which I severely recommend. It's gonna mitigate a lot of the ammo issues. Look at this! God damn! Yeah, so that's what this little cannon can do. It is surprisingly strong. It is surprisingly strong, and sort of versatile as well. Because for just running through the game and just, you know, clearing areas like normal, you just do your zappy zaps. You collect your overdrives pretty often, and we just hold down the mouse button when that happens. You get a bit of recoil when you're in overdrive mode, but that's fine. And as soon as you find like a big clump of enemies standing together, you can just do this and like do it while running and just hit everything, and and that just melts everything in front of you. It just wipes it out. So yeah, this little guy is a beast. I'm leaning toward just migrating toward this as my new sort of go-to secondary weapon, because damn, this guy can do some stuff. So hopefully, when you get your Athodai, if you watched the Twitch streams, you can take some inspiration from a build like this to see what you can do. Like, obviously, this is very sort of high-end. You could also go with the mod that I don't have. It's one of the Acolyte mods that gives you increased crit chance when aiming after headshot kills. Works very good with the overdrive mode. Could experiment with that, see if you have different results. And unfortunately, like, if you didn't watch the TennoCon streams, this weapon is not available for you. Like, there's no other way of getting this weapon for now. But other weapons like this, that you watch sort of like for doing special streams and whatnot, eventually they tend to show up in Barrow's stock. So I assume that eventually Barrow is going to be selling this gun. And when he does, absolutely pick it up, because it's a monster. It is a real little beast. Yeah, so I'm gonna go and have fun with this gun. And you should too. Go and have fun with this gun.